Well, good afternoon, everyone. It is 12:09 p.m. on Tuesday, July 21, and welcome back to another week of Nexus Grain Market Updates. Let's get to the markets right now. Bushel of corn is up about 2 pennies at Nexus. We are at $4.20 for old crop corn, new crop corn $4.34. Those prices over the past couple weeks were up about 6 cents in the past 2 weeks for old, 10 cents for new crop corn. Past 30 days, we've had very good performance. So up 36 cents for old and 37 cents for new crop, respectively. So, yeah, we've been in a very strong corn market. I do want to show you a corn chart. We're going to mix things up a little bit. There's your December 26 corn, and I took that back all the way to June of last year, June of 25, and you can see right now the price level that we're at is a what I had been drawn in as a resistance line. We broke through that, and we've traded plus or minus this year about 30 cents of that resistance line. Past 30 days, we came off of our lows and broke through that. So obviously, we're in a strong corn market right now versus a year ago. A year ago, we were in a pretty boring corn market. This thing fell off and never really traded very well above cost of production for the season. Soybeans. Let's go to the soybean market. I am 11.72. That's down 8 pennies for old crop soybeans. I'm 11.49 for new crop soybeans. Likewise, that's off about 7. Those prices I just gave you, they're up 20 cents. In the past 2 weeks for old, I'm up, looks like 21 for new crop. Over the past 30 days, those prices reflect about 90 cents higher for old crop and about 80 cents higher for new crop soybeans. All right, export inspections report. Not anything that is too surprising or alarming about our export inspections past week. That came out just yesterday. 61.0 million bushels of corn. That is right at the very top end of the average trade range guess. Corn market has been very strong this year. And I really want to, with 6 weeks left in the season, I really want to review, just who the players are out there and year-on-year performance. Mexico, our number one, we are up about, looks like it's about 10%. In the amount of corn. They've taken 825 million so far this year. So that's Mexico, number one. Japan, number two, they're up about 10%. South Korea, they're up 50% year on year in the bushels of corn that they've taken. Colombia, they're about steady. And Spain is about double. Now, we doubled from 80 to about 150, so not quite double. Nonetheless, the players in the export market have been very strong. They've been very aggressive with purchasing United States origin corn. Soybean market all comes back to the same thing. Numbers not exactly disappointing, but certainly below the average trade range. 10.9 million packaged up and left the country. That was about 4 million bushels less than the low end of the trade range, 14.7 to 22. The soybean market, export market, again, we're getting down to the final wire. I really don't see where we're going to see any real appreciable usage for soybeans other than the United States. The United States is starting to run a little low. Iowa, Minnesota, Nebraska, particularly where we've seen large increases in domestic consumption. We are discovering that perhaps there's been a few extra bushels leave this area that we're now needing. So nonetheless, expect to see some fairly strong local basis levels. Again, getting back to the export business, China went from 820 to 450 so far year on year. So obviously a substantial decrease. Really, when we get to the end of the crop year, I hold that the reduction in bushels that China took year on year is going to exceed our carryout to the tune of about 100 million bushels. Those are very significant numbers. Probably has at least a 75-cent, maybe even more, influence on our market. Again, I showed you the chart earlier. The bean chart goes from the lower left to the upper right. That could have stood to had a little more room put in it. So I'm going to dismiss that for now. Export sales, not a lot of difference there. Sales numbers are keeping pace really well with the shipments. I will tell you the only thing that I find somewhat remarkable, and I don't want to say alarming, but at least does raise an eye, our current new crop sales for corn and soybeans could use a little bit of a boost. We're not exactly setting the world on fire. Right now we have about 275 million bushels of corn on the books as an aggregate for all of our corn customers. Soybeans, likewise, new crop soybeans, less than 200 million soybeans are on the books for new crop. Now again, we have new crop season coming along, and typically last half July through August is where we really start seeing business build. So I'll be reporting more on that as time goes forward. But right now, we're not really seeing a lot get behind that. Okay, let's talk a little bit about our progress that we are experiencing right now. We have arguably about 2,700 growing degree days it takes to black layer a kernel of corn. Most of our sites are seeing anywhere from 1,500 to 1,600 right now. Stress degree days, again, that's an old Elwin Taylor expression. He coined that, for those of you that remember that name. We're standing at around 40 to 60, somewhere in there. And as a rule of thumb, it takes about 140 to 150 stress degree days before it really starts making much impact on our corn harvest. One of the things I want to share, and I did some aggregate numbers, Iowa, Nebraska, South Dakota, and Minnesota. Yesterday we had our crop progress report, and we all focus on the good to excellent, so on and so forth, percentage silking, percentage in the milk stage. I went straight to the amount of soil moisture that's available. We had a system move through yesterday, but there's still quite a bit of dry country, particularly west of the Missouri River and what it's appearing west of I-35. Iowa, 33% of Iowa is short to very short. It's a big number, and the numbers get bigger. Nebraska, 65% short to very short. South Dakota, 69% short to very short. And the winner actually is Minnesota. 26% of Minnesota, short to very short soil moisture. Okay, what that really means is when I aggregate all that, I've got 20% of the United States corn production region is in the short to very short right now. Now that's not something that we should be frightened by, but what that is a reminder of is that we are in a time of year where seasonal timely rains are very critical right now. We had one of those yesterday. So we need more, we're going to need 2 or 3 more of those between now and probably the end of August to really make things. Other than that, what do we got going forward? Moderating temperatures. Looks like the blasted heat is pretty much behind us for now. Again, we're going to see temps in the mid to upper 80s. I'm seeing that in the 6 to 10, the 8 to 14, and not a lot of precipitation on tap. We're going to need to watch that. Again, our comprehensive maps are showing below average precipitation, below normal precip for 6 to 10 and the 8 to 14. So really, that's what I have for you today, everyone. I want to thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. And as always, we appreciate your business. We look forward to speaking to you. So have a good day. Goodbye now.